Hey, my name is Ray and you're watching Raya Books. Today's video is the 6th installment in my currently checked out series, and I absolutely cannot believe I've made 6 of these. If you're new to this channel and you have never seen any of my currently checked out videos before, essentially the purpose of this series is to just share and inform and raise awareness about the different resources that public libraries have available. I live in San Francisco, so the San Francisco Public Library system is the one that I utilize the most often. However, I also utilize other library systems in and around the Bay Area. At the end of each video, I'll be giving you guys a price tally on how much money I saved by utilizing the resources available to me by my public library systems. First of all, I want to apologize for the incredibly low energy, currently checked out video that was last week's fiasco. It had been an incredibly long week and I just wasn't feeling up to anything, and I don't know, like watching that video back and when I was editing it, I was like, I just should have skipped this, but I didn't want to skip it, but I should have. But anywho, I apologize for being so incredibly low energy in that video. However, I'm feeling pretty much more back to my usual kind of chipper, uppity self. So without further ado, let's just get into the books that I checked out this week. The first book that I checked out this week is Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. It was a pretty interesting read. I actually finished reading this one this morning. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars just because I felt incredibly disconnected from all the characters and because I felt like it didn't live up to the huge hype that's been surrounding it and that patrons have been talking about and that people just have been talking about it at work. So it's literally one of those situations in which it's not the book, it's definitely me. But basically this book talks about class and race and a whole bunch of other pretty interesting things. It kind of looks at how certain white people try to make up for their racism in incredibly problematic and selfish ways, and it also pokes fun at a lot of very sensitive topics, which I did appreciate this book talking about. However, it just wasn't the book for me, but I am glad that I did read it, and I'm really glad that I got it for free from the library, because if I had bought this, I would have just donated it. So, score 1 for the library. The second book that I checked out this week, and one that I'm probably not going to read, is How to Be Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. I flipped through a few pages, read a few paragraphs, and pretty much instantly realized that this is not a book for me. So I am going to probably return this one unread. So this book is just maybe a little bit too intense for me. I don't know. I haven't read it. I'm not going to read it, but it's just not for me. Long story short, it's just not for me. The third book that I checked out this week is Everywhere You Don't Belong by Gabriel. This one I had on hold for an incredibly long time and actually completely and totally forgot about what it was and what it's about. But from what I remember from the brief moment in which I did look at the synopsis, it is about a boy who grows up in the South Side Chicago with his civil rights era grandmother, and he decides he doesn't want to carry the burden of being from Chicago anymore and goes away to college, where he quickly finds out that being black in college and being black in Chicago is essentially the same thing. No matter where you go, it's rough to be black in America. So this book does sound incredibly interesting, and I am looking forward to reading it, and I can't wait to read it. So hopefully it doesn't disappoint me the way that Such a Fun Age did. The last physical item that I checked out this week, and my lucky day find of the week, is Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick by Zora, Neale, Hurston. I was really excited when I saw this because I saw it when it first came in and there were so many of them, and I was gonna check it out, but I feel uncomfortable checking things out while I'm working or while the library is still open. So I decided to wait until the end of the day, see if it was still there, and lo and behold, it truly was my lucky day because it was still there. Basically, this is a collection of short stories by Zora Neale Hurston that center around the Harlem Renaissance. So I am incredibly excited to read this, and I'm looking forward to reading this, and this cover is absolutely gorgeous. I have talked about Lucky Day before on this channel, so I'm not going to bore you guys with the finer details of it, but basically Lucky Day is a system that rewards you for walking into your local libraries and getting to skip the hold lines in order to check out popular books. The next two things that I checked out this week are actually digital items. The first of which is from Hoopla, and it is Lock and Key Volume 1, Welcome to Lovecraft by Joe Hill and illustrated by Gabriel Rodriguez. I really am enjoying it. I think that's what I was gonna say, but I couldn't figure out how to say it. I haven't read a horror-ish or a creepy-ish graphic novel in an incredibly long time. And I actually came across this one thanks to one of you guys. Shannon mentioned it in a previously checked out video comment that she read it and she enjoyed it, and I was like, usually she has some pretty good books in her currently checked out pile, or we have pretty good conversations about books, so I trust her reading taste, and I figured I might as well give this a try, so therefore I gave it a try. I'm almost done with it and I have been greatly enjoying it. The last thing that I'm going to be talking about is actually a movie that I checked out from Kanopy. I've mentioned Kanopy before on this channel, but basically Kanopy is a streaming service in which you can download documentaries, popular movies, and foreign films all completely for free. I think with SFPL you get about 10 movies a month, which is a pretty decent chunk of movies. Anywho, the fiance and I ended up watching The Soloist starring Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx, and it's probably one of the movies that I always find so incredibly heartbreaking and touching and just so well done. To me, it's really well done because it does talk about homelessness and mental illness and the importance of music and what it's like when someone tries to help someone but doesn't exactly have all the correct resources, and how sometimes helping can be more damaging, especially if you're not committed to helping. And it was just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie to me. I am horrible at talking about movies. My fiance actually does a really good job of talking about movies. He actually just got his own YouTube channel and he's been uploading some stuff kind of sort of consistently, and I will leave a link to his channel in the description box down below, so feel free to go and check him out if you are a movie person. And that is pretty much it. That's everything I have checked out for this week, and let's see the grand tally of how much money I saved by utilizing my public library system this week. If I could ever find the file that tells me how much money I saved, is $119.43. I basically saved a bunch of money this week just by utilizing my public library system, and that is so flippin' amazing to me. And that's a lot of food and other pointless things that I can buy. I don't know what it is that I buy with all this saved money because I'm still always broke. And that is it for this week. Thank you all so much for watching. If you ever want to hear me ramble about books ever again, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help me out and I deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day and read a wonderful book, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.